Your Chrome browser has a 4 GB AI inside it. You didn't install it. And if you delete it, Chrome brings it right back. It just won't stay deleted. And it's already on a billion machines. And the AI feature you can see in Chrome, that one's not even local. It goes straight to Google servers. The AI you see goes to the cloud. The AI on your disk, no one outside Google can fully inspect what's inside it. And you can't open it to find out. Local AI is private. Local AI is yours. Google's runs on your hardware. That's not the same thing. So what is this thing doing? And how do you take your computer back? Story broke last week. A privacy researcher named Alexander Hanff was running an automated audit on a fresh Chrome profile. He didn't touch the keyboard. 14 minutes later, Chrome had quietly written a 4 GB file to his disk. That was the model. That was the moment it became visible. And here's the part that gets darker. The folder doesn't always clean up old versions. Some people are sitting on 12-14 gigs of weights. Models from Chrome updates that already shipped, just still there, taking up disk, macOS, Windows, Linux, same file, different folder. If you've got Chrome, you've probably got it. Hold that 4 gigs in your head, by the way. Same 4 gigs of disk space, there are 3 real models that fit in the same room, and they actually respect what local AI is supposed to mean. We're coming back to those. Okay, but what is it doing on your computer? It's powering features, some of which you've used, some of which you almost certainly haven't. Number 1, help me write. Right click in any text field on the web, you get an AI assistant that drafts text. The model on your disk is what powers it. The text never leaves your machine. Number 2, tab group suggestions. You've got 15 tabs. Chrome figures out which ones go together. That's the model on your disk, reading your tab titles also locally. Number 3, page summaries. Right click on any page, get a TLDR. Same deal, local. Plus smart paste, scam detection, a stack of developer APIs that any website can call. As of Chrome 148, by the way, any website. They invoke a function called window.ai.languageModel.create and your CPU starts running the model. Your electricity, their feature. None of these features are evil. Some are genuinely useful. That's what makes the install method so weird. The AI feature Chrome puts in your face, that little pill in the address bar that says AI mode, is the most prominent AI thing in the entire browser. It's the one most people will ever notice. And it doesn't use the local model at all. Your queries go straight to Google servers, like every other cloud AI search product. So you've got the visible AI going to the cloud, and the invisible AI sitting on your disk powering features most people will never trigger. Page summaries, tab grouping, help me write. Useful, sure, but, and this is the thing, you're absorbing the storage cost, the bandwidth, the standby compute on the bet that someday you'll right click into one of those features. While the AI you do use just calls home anyway. Satish Raju put it cleanly, quote, a privacy benefit delivered without transparency isn't a privacy benefit, it's a talking point. Storage on your disk, cycles on your CPU, power off your wall, all absorbed for features Google built on a model Google ships that you didn't ask for. Real quick, if you're tired of being the unpaid QA team for AI you didn't ask for, hit subscribe. I do videos like this every time someone tries to take ownership away from people who actually want to run their own machines. Oh, and we've got a Discord now. llama.cpp talk, home lab builds, the whole local AI scene. Come hang, links in the description. Now, there's a legal angle here, and it's the same clause that gave us the cookie banner. Article 5.3 says you can't store information on someone's terminal equipment unless they've given prior, freely given, specific, informed, and unambiguous consent. 5 words. Hanff's argument is none of those 5 describe what happened here. There was no prompt before download. The thing was never specifically named at install. There's no disclosure that fits the bill. And Chrome runs perfectly fine without it, which makes the strictly necessary argument much harder to defend. And I want to address the obvious comeback. People say, Chrome auto-updates itself constantly. You don't consent to every patch. Why is this any different? Because they are not the same thing. A security patch is updating the software you decided to install. A 4 GB language model that's a new product class. You installed Chrome. You didn't install Gemini Nano. They are technically and legally two different things. And to be fair, some people genuinely prefer it this way. Silent local AI, no prompt, no friction. There are viewers right now who think Google made the right call. The law just says you have to ask anyway. That's the whole point of consent. You can say yes. Bruce Lawson at Vivaldi summed it up. If it's not opt-in, it's bad behavior. Honestly, that's about it. Let's do a quick audit of who else is doing local AI in browsers and who's doing it right. Top tier, Brave, Vivaldi, Firefox, Arc. None of them silently install a 4 gig local model. If they have AI, it's either cloud-based and obvious, or local and opt-in, or you bring your own. The user picked it. That's the whole bar. Middle tier, Apple Intelligence. Apple announced their on-device model at WWDC. Big keynote, setup wizard surface, visible from day one. That's how you do consent at announce. Then macOS 15.3 quietly re-enabled Apple Intelligence on people who turned it off with only a continue button. So Apple gets credit for the announce and a yellow card for the drift. Bottom tier, Chrome. Silent install from day one. No keynote, no setup wizard moment, no consent prompt. The opt-out toggle showed up 18 months after the model started shipping. By that point, hundreds of millions of devices were already carrying it. And yeah, Apple did it too. The principle catches both. But Apple announced, Google didn't. That's the difference, and it's the whole game. Okay, let's get specific about what local AI actually is. Because the word local has been doing a lot of heavy lifting lately, and it's been doing the wrong job. The local AI movement runs on two things. Privacy, your data stays on your machine. You control what leaves. And ownership. You choose what runs, you can look inside it, you can remove it, you can swap it for something else. The thing is yours. And before we go further, yeah, running scam detection locally beats sending every message to Google servers. I'll give them that. The argument here isn't Google is doing surveillance. Running it locally is genuinely better than the cloud version. But the argument is they took half the deal. The privacy side, sort of. The ownership side, not at all. Weights.bin is in TF-Lite format. Runs through Google's media pipe stack. You can't load it in llama.cpp. You can't audit what it does. You can't run it standalone. There's a llama.cpp issue from last year asking for Gemini Nano support, still not implemented. The model on your disk is sealed. Local execution, closed inspection, auto re-download if you delete it. That's tenancy, not ownership. They got the form right, they threw out the substance. Remember that 4 gigs we put a pin in earlier? Same disk space. 3 real models you can run today. One, Gemma 4 E4B at Q4, about 3 gigs. That's Google's own efficient model, ironically. You can download it from Hugging Face, run it in llama.cpp, fine-tune it, audit it, remove it whenever you want. 2, Quen 3.59B at Q4, about 5.5 gigs. Punches well above its weight class. Open weights, open license. 3, Granite 4.18B from IBM, around 5 gigs. Enterprise grade, local first, fully inspectable. Even IBM gets it. Hit run, model loads in a second, token streams straight to your terminal. Yours, inspectable. Yours to keep, yours to delete, yours to swap out. That's the version of local AI the movement was building toward. 4 checkmarks each. Same 4 gigs of disk Google took. 3 real models that respect both halves of the deal. That's what local AI is supposed to mean. Okay, practical part. If you have got Chrome installed, here's how to remove this thing. Step 1. Open Chrome settings, click System in the sidebar. Find Turn on Device AI, flip it off, restart Chrome. Quick heads up, this toggle is staged rollout, so if you don't see it on your machine, jump to step 2. Within about 30 seconds, Chrome quietly removes the folder. Gone. Step 2. Belt and suspenders. Type chrome://flags into the address bar. Search for optimization guide on device model, set to disabled. While you're there, search prompt API for Gemini Nano and disable that one too. Relaunch. Step 3. For the impatient, just delete the folder manually. macOS, Windows, Linux, the path is in the description. With the toggle off, it doesn't come back. And here's the comeback I've heard the most. People go, but you can opt out. The toggle exists. What's the problem? The toggle exists now since February. The model started shipping in mid 2024. So for 18 months, the default was silent install with no way out from inside the app. The fix was added a year and a half late after a billion devices already had it. The default was always opt out by finding the setting. That's the principle. The toggle doesn't undo it. If you want to verify your machine is clean, Chrome literally has a debug page acknowledging the model exists. Type chrome://on-device-internals. Status line tells you. Here's what bugs me about this whole thing. Google's defense is going to be, but it's local, it's private, your data doesn't leave the machine. And okay, sure, that's not nothing, but local execution without consent isn't privacy. It's just code on your machine you can't see. The community says privacy and ownership, both, not one or the other. Google took half, the half they could measure in a slide deck. They left the other half, the one that says you get to look inside, you get to remove it, you get to choose. They left that on the floor. And then they shipped it to a billion machines. The visible AI isn't local. The local AI isn't visible. That's the deal Google wants you to accept. The community says, pick something else. So I'm asking, where's your line? Is it as long as it runs locally, I'm fine? Or do you actually need to be able to inspect what's running? Drop it in the comments. I'm honestly curious where people land. Anyway, that's the thing. If you want the next one, it's right there. Catch you then.